Hey guys, back with a new video. Today I'm going to be helping you guys and starting a new series called Command Basics, where we will go through command basics and just have a journey through commanding on your commanding journey. So let's just get straight into the video. So first, all you want to do is create a new road, and then you can do whatever you want with it. I'm just going to call this Command World for YT. And then what you want to do is, I usually put on flat because it just makes it easier. Do short course, immediate respawn. Those are just stuff I just like to do. And you have to make sure activate cheats on. And these are my settings. I just turn off mouse spawning, my briefing, and weather cycle. And also make sure command blocks are enabled. I just want to hop straight in to your world. Okay, now that we're in, what you want to do is go to your keyboard and press slash. And when you press slash, you'll be open up to the chat. And in the chat, you can do a bunch of commands. And for now, we're just going to do very simple commands. So you need to write give, give, and then you can do @ which is shift 2 on my keyboard, and then do command _ block and hit enter. And now you'll be given a command block, and at the very top you can see it shows you that. So now that we have a command block, we basically need to make our workspace, and here is how we make a workspace. So this is just how I do it. You don't have to do this, but yeah. Another important thing is, if you press tab, it will automatically fill the closest command. So press tab now, it'll fill out fill. And now you want to do shift, squiggly line, squiggly line, squiggly line. And you can make it as big as you want. So I'm just going to go 40. I think 40 is probably the max. And I just go any block. And then it would fill out that way. Now this is just my workspace for now. And another thing we have to do is add a ticking area. And then do add. And then do the area of your thing. So these are just for me to make sure my command block creations work in every single area in the world. Okay, now we're basically all set. So first we need to understand, what is a command block. A command block is this type of block. If you right click it, it'll show you this UI. Yeah, block type. You can choose from impulse, which is just a single use, usually for like single button things, where if you just want to put a button on it and just use it once. Chain is if you want to make a string of code. This is used for functions and stuff like that. And finally, probably the most useful one is repeat. Now repeat will make it so it'll work every 20 ticks, which is basically I'm pretty sure 4 milliseconds per second, but I'm not sure. And here we have conditional and unconditional. Now conditional is basically only used for chain, so it will mean that the block before it has to execute the command successfully before this one can work. So if this one detects a player, and then this one will work. But if this one does not detect a player, this one will not work. And if you just turn this one to unconditional, if this one detects a player, then this one will work. So, and if this one doesn't detect a player, this one will still work. So this one will work either way because it's unconditional. Unconditional. And last one is needs redstone. So needs redstone is basically, I need to activate it with a piece of redstone. But always actives means it's always active. You don't need any redstone, which is probably a good sign. So let's just start with a very simple command. So you would want to go inside the command block, hit this command input part, and write your first code. Now inside here, you don't need to do slash, and unlike Java, there's no like above part where it can autofill your commands. So you just have to write it manually. So let's just try something easy. So you can write say, and you write whatever you want. Hi. Okay, now since this is just an impulse and needs rest unconditional, delay tick, execute on first. Like you don't need to worry about this, and hover note. And over here is just to make sure you don't have an error. So you just put a button on this and you press it, and now this will say hi. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so in this episode, I'm going to be teaching you about TP commands, because that's another really helpful and useful one. So first, just go into this thing and do TP at P, and then do dot squiggly one squiggly. Now, if I go over here, put the button on, click it, it'll TP me up here. Now, as you can see, on the top left corner, it'll show you some code, and a lot of people don't want that. So what we're going to do is do a slash game rule command block output and put it to false. And then we need another one. Another thing important is if you do control up arrow or down arrow, it will do your previous command. So yeah, we can just do that and do send command feedback and put it to false. Now, when we do it, nothing will show up on the top right corner. And that's pretty cool. So now we have to learn selectors. Now, selectors or targets, but I'm pretty sure they're just called targets, is basically what you call as who you're executing the command as. If you do at S on this, it will basically just do command block. At P will be the nearest player. But if you just do right nearest player inside here, let's say execute at P, say hi, it'll execute it yourself because you're the closest player and you're the only player. Now, at R means random player. Even though it says player, it basically means random entity. Now, at A is all alive players. And at E means all entities. So you could use these as checking if they're dead or not. But another use for these is only for players, and this is only for entities. Now, another thing you might want to do is go at E, and now you have to try use brackets. So if you do at square brackets, and inside here you can put a bunch of selectors. I'll show you right now. These are all the selectors you can use. Now, let's just do a very simple one right now. C equal 1. Now, this will mean it will TP the closest entity to the thing. Instead of at E, it means it'll also do entities. So let's just spawn a pig. It'll TP the closest one. So if I'm closer, it'll TP me. Now, that's kind of neat. So now you already have a basic understanding of slash commands inside the chat, how to use those commands using tab, bring up commands using control and up arrow, what a command block is, the layout, what you can put inside, and basically the gist of the very, very simplest and basic beginner command block knowledge. Now, let's do something cool with this. Let's say, if you wanted, you could use any block you want, but I'm just going to go with clients for now, and then do this. Let's just do a very friendly execute code. Now, so you can do, what you want to write here is execute at P, closest player. Execute is basically executing at what you want to do. So you can execute at S. So yeah, and there's just a bunch of things. I'll explain this in a different video. But now what you want to do is squiggly, squiggly, squiggly. And then you have to write say. Well, and then after you do say, you can write whatever you want. But right now I'm just going to write welcome to my tutorial. And just exit. I spelled come wrong. Wait. And there we go. And if you just press this, it'll say, on the top right, it'll say, welcome to my tutorial. And that's pretty cool. This is just about it for my first tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and come back next time for us learning about selectors. Peace.